The ABCs of horror.
Welcome to the HellBound Horror Show. Did you know that having a tentacle grow from your forehead can actually allow you to see beings from another dimension? What? You don't believe me? But it's right here. It's in the Necronomicon. Here, I'll show you. From Beyond. From Beyond is a movie directed by Stuart Gordon, and it was based off of an H.P. Lovecraft short story of the same name. From Beyond feels like an extension off of Gordon's other film, Reanimator. Both were inspired by Lovecraft, both directed by Stuart Gordon, both starring Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton, and both coming out just a year apart. I do believe Reanimator is the better, more complete film of the two. However, From Beyond shows how Gordon has improved as a director. From Beyond starts with two scientists working on the resonator, which is this machine that stimulates the pineal gland. Here's a little bit of background. There are some people in the real world that believe that the pineal gland that's in our head can act as a third eye of sorts. This theory really took off in the 17th century, where people thought that the pineal gland was a link between the physical body and the intangible soul. Scientists aren't 100% sure what the function of the pineal gland is. However, they do know that it produces melatonin, which can help regulate sleep patterns. Now let's get back to the movie. The resonator creates a very specific vibration that stimulates the pineal gland, which is acting as a third eye or sixth sense. There are things in our universe that surround us that we can't see and that we can't comprehend, but they are there. And this is typical Lovecraft. It's this cosmic horror that is indescribable, intangible, yet oddly alluring. And once both scientists see this other layer upon our reality, they are intrigued. Jeffrey Combs' character, Dr. Crawford, is more hesitant than his boss, Dr. Edward Pretorius. Pretorius is drawn to this world and eventually gets consumed by it. Long story short, Pretorius gets his head bitten off by a being from beyond, and Crawford is blamed for his death. Crawford tries to claim his innocence, but the story is too far out there and he's sent to the mental hospital. At the hospital, we meet Dr. Catherine McMichaels, played by Barbara Crampton, who is willing to take Crawford back to his lab just to try to prove his innocence. They are accompanied by a police officer who's played by Ken Foree. At the lab, they discover that Crawford was telling the truth the whole time and that there is a world outside of our own. With the resonator running, they see that Pretorius isn't dead, but instead, he's transformed. Not only has he become a horrifying creature, but he has become obsessed with this new reality and has become a monster within it. The story eventually becomes this back and forth of wanting to experience this new world, but also wanting to destroy it. It starts off super believably, but by the end, it becomes this crazy ride, sort of like Reanimator. Jeffrey Combs' character eventually gets swallowed up by one of these creatures. Luckily he survives, but his hair doesn't. Oh man, he's now bald. I guess Jeffrey Combs doesn't need one of these anymore. It would have been a lot better if I pulled out a comb, huh? Also, this character now has an overgrown, overstimulated pineal gland, and that just causes chaos. It's a pretty campy movie, but it's a lot of fun. Hardcore Lovecraft fans may not enjoy all of the liberties that this movie took. However, if you are a fan of gore and creature effects, you will absolutely love this movie to infinity and from beyond.